Hey there, friends. Let's talk about something we've all felt at some point, that sense of being connected to something bigger than ourselves. You know what I mean? Maybe it happened when you were standing in nature, looking up at the stars, or just sitting in complete silence with your thoughts. Now, ideas about cosmic energy and spirituality, they pop up everywhere, across so many different cultures. But here's the thing. They often get made to sound way too complicated or mystical. And honestly, that can make us lose sight of what they're really about. So let's break this down a bit. In Eastern cultures, think yoga and ancient Indian philosophy. They call this cosmic energy prana. Over in China, it's qi. Both of these basically mean life energy that flows through everything. And I mean everything, not just us humans, but nature, our environment, the whole works. Meanwhile, in the West, we tend to think about it more in terms of universal consciousness, or maybe quantum energy vibrations. Different words, but we're all kind of circling around the same idea, aren't we? But here's what really gets me thinking. How do we actually know if these energies are real when we can't see them or touch them? Well, maybe the answer is in what we feel. You know those moments, the peace you get in nature, that weird, uncomfortable feeling in certain places, or even those gut instincts that just tell you something without any logical reason. Ring a bell? Now, when it comes to spirituality, everyone's got their own take on it. Some people see it as part of that cosmic energy, like it's the part of us that sticks around even when our physical body doesn't. Others think it's more about consciousness, or maybe just the sum of all our experiences stored in our brains. The challenging question is this: are we just physical bodies, or is there something more to the human experience? Here's something that always sparks debate: the law of attraction. You know, the idea that we can draw things into our lives just by thinking about them. Some people swear by it, others think it's all just brain tricks. And honestly, it might be simpler than we think. When we focus intensely on something, we're basically programming our brain through something called the RAS, the reticular activating system, to notice that thing more often. It's not necessarily some mysterious cosmic force at work. But here's what I think is more important than proving whether cosmic energy actually exists. It's about exploring and connecting with ourselves. Simple things like mindful breathing and listening to silence. These are basic tools that help us tap into that inner calm and really feel our own existence. Look, stories about cosmic energy and spirituality have been fascinating humans for ages. Even with all our scientific advances, there's still so much we can't fully explain. And you know what? Maybe the balanced approach is to stay open to both scientific principles and our inner experiences. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether you believe in mysterious forces or not. What matters is that we practice coming back to ourselves, listening to our breath, feeling the present moment, because that's where real peace and self-understanding begin. So here's my take. Approach these ideas with both an open mind and healthy skepticism. We don't have to believe everything we hear, but we also shouldn't close ourselves off from experiences that might completely change how we see life. After all, isn't that what being human is all about? Staying curious about the mysteries while staying grounded in what we know. Thanks for joining me on this little exploration today, friends. What do you think? Have you ever felt that connection to something bigger? I'd love to hear your thoughts.